as soon as everyone is sitting down, sacabas mariachi. No, te la cambié ahorita. Por acá.
Fíjense, todos esos tenemos que quitarlos.
¿Qué? Arráncalos, arráncalos.
¿Y estamos los dando?
Espérame.
Y este es el original y este es el que van a usar. Un poquito.
Chécalo, ¿puedes? Son muchos, hay que sacarlos de nuevo. Si quieres tú, bájate, Brenda, de tu Marlene, que espérame.
Yo los agarro.
Ayúdame, Jaén. Dime cuando llamas.
No, todavía falta. Aguanta. Vas bien.
Jaén, make sure they're all doblados. No quiero arrancar uno que no sea.
Esto no está doblado.
Cuatro. Sí, del otro lado.
La gente se adora.
Sí. Parece que no acabo. Levanta el papel que se cayó, Jaén. Se cayó un papel, levántalo. Un cachito, nomás.
Sí, señor. Hoy nos toca cantar a nosotros también. Manches,
Sí.
casi toda la gente es conocida. Okay. Muchas gracias al Mariachi Luna Azul. Thank you, Luna Azul. And UNM dignitaries. And the UNM dignitaries for leading the graduate procession.
You guys can all sit down. ¿Se pueden sentar? Gracias. Gracias, Mariachi Luna Azul y dignitarios de UNM por guiar la procesión de esta graduación.
Muy buenas tardes a todos y bienvenidos a la 23ª graduación anual de la raza. Mi nombre es Jaén Ugalde, un estudiante de aquí de la universidad, indocumentado, y estoy estudiando una maestría en lenguaje, literatura y estudios socioculturales. A mi lado les presento a la señorita Reina Castañeda García. Juntos los acompañaremos esta tarde como maestros de ceremonia.
Good afternoon and welcome to the 23rd Annual Raza Graduation. My name is Reina Castañeda Garcia and I'm currently pursuing a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. And I would like to introduce Mr. Jaén Ugalde. Together we will be your Masters of Ceremony for today's celebration.
Hoy queremos darle gracias a todas las familias por el apoyo que le han brindado a sus estudiantes, a todos sus hijos y familiares que están aquí. Porque sin el apoyo que ustedes les dan, ellos no estarían aquí. Ninguno de nosotros creo que estuviéramos aquí sin el apoyo de nuestra familia. En esta celebración queremos reconocer y felicitar individualmente a cada graduado por sus logros, su empeño y por vencer todos los obstáculos durante sus estudios universitarios.
Today, we would like to thank the families for their support to their students. Without it, the students will not be here. In this celebration, we will recognize and congratulate each student individually for their successes, determination, and for their resilience in completing their degree.
Sabemos que es un honor para ustedes, junto con sus familias y comunidades, que han hecho muchísimos sacrificios. Y es importante el saber que ustedes devolverán sus servicios a la comunidad con los talentos que han adquirido aquí en la universidad. Es un placer reconocerlos en esta celebración cultural. Muchas felicidades y de veras se ven hermosos todos ustedes con las gorras rojas.
We know that it's an honor for you to be here because you have made many sacrifices along the way with your families and communities. It's important to acknowledge that you will give back to the community with the skills that you have acquired. It is an honor to recognize all of you in this cultural celebration. Congratulations and best of luck.
Ahora los invito a que se pongan de pie para recibir y darle la bienvenida al doctor Eliseo Cheo Torres, el vicepresidente de Asuntos Estudiantiles de la Universidad de Nuevo México.
Primeramente, bienvenidos a todos ustedes y felicitaciones graduados. Let me welcome all of you and congratulate the graduates. Nuestro Creador, te damos las gracias por todas tus bendiciones y te pedimos que bendigas a todos los presentes, especialmente a nuestros estudiantes que se reciben hoy con su diploma. Después de mucho sacrificio y dedicación, se gradúan de la Universidad de Nuevo México. Ayúdalos a mejorar sus vidas en su empleo o en continuación de sus estudios. Bendice a sus familias que tanto se han sacrificado y han apoyado a los graduados. Bendice a los profesores por su sabiduría y conocimiento que han compartido con los graduados. Bendice a todo el staff del Centro de la Raza, especialmente a la directora Rosa Cervantes, por organizar este evento de hoy y por todo el apoyo que brindan a los estudiantes. Pedimos todas estas bendiciones en el nombre de nuestro Creador. Amén. Creator, we give you thanks for all your blessings, and we ask that you bless all who are with us this afternoon, especially our students who with much dedication and sacrifice are graduating from the University of New Mexico. Help them improve their lives as they search for employment or continue with their education. Bless their families who have also sacrificed and supported our graduates. Bless the professors for sharing their knowledge and wisdom with our graduates. Bless the staff of El Centro de la Raza, especially the director, Rosa Cervantes, for organizing today's event and for all of their support to our graduates. We ask all these blessings in the name of our Creator. Amen.
We want to thank Dr. Torres for that beautiful blessing. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the director of El Centro de la Raza and special advisor to the UNM President on Latino and Latina Affairs, Mrs. Rosa Isela Cervantes.
Espérense todavía. Falta en español. Ahora es mi placer presentar a la directora del Centro de la Raza y consejera especial al presidente universitario de Asuntos Latinos, la señorita Rosa Isela Cervantes.
Buenas tardes. Good afternoon. Okay. In life, there are a few moments when we can look back at the road traveled and feel peace, excitement, happiness, and pride for a job well done. Hoy es uno de esos días donde podemos ver alrededor de nosotros y observar todas esas emociones en cada persona presente. I want to welcome and thank each and every one of you for supporting our graduates as they prepare to leave UNM and start or continue their many life projects. Bienvenidos. Welcome to Raza Graduation 2015. We are extremely pleased to have over 90 faculty and staff present here today to help stole and support our graduates. Can all the faculty and staff please stand so that we can recognize you? Isn't that amazing? Thank you. I would also like to take a moment to thank and recognize a few people that are with us tonight in a very special way, those that helped us to lead our graduates in. We have and many of our very strong partners, I should say. Dr. Barbara Reyes, Director of SRI. Dr. Irene Vasquez, Director of Chicano and Chicano Studies. As you saw earlier, Dr. Eliseo Cheo Torres, Vice President of Student Affairs. Dr. Josie De Leon, Vice President for Equity from the Division of Equity and Inclusion. Another dear friend and partner, Dr. Lawrence Roybal, Director of Enlace. Man who needs no introduction, right? Also, Dr. Jennifer Gomez Chavez, Director of the Unidos Project. We also have with us Senator Michael Padilla. Thank you for being with us, Senator. And a couple of other folks that you will meet in a little bit that I'd like to also mention. Dr. Ruth Trinidad Galvan, who will be helping to announce our graduates today. Alex Gonzalez, the registrar, who will also be announcing graduates. And of course, our keynote speaker, Elsa Lopez. And of course, this is my moment to thank everybody, right? Because there's so many people to thank. I want to just also take a moment to mention that in our program, we have all of our sponsors who helped us make this beautiful event possible. We couldn't do it alone. There's absolutely no way. This is definitely una comunidad. So thank you to all of our sponsors. Please make sure that you check that out. There's a lot, so we want to make sure and recognize them. So let's give them a big round of applause. And of course, I get to stand up here because I have an amazing staff. So I just want to give a big round of applause to all of the El Centro de la Raza staff, wherever you are, our students and our staff. Mil gracias. One more thank you, and that's the 2015 Raza Planning Committee. We had a lot of folks that came out to help us make today possible, so a big hand to our committee. Thank you. Es realmente un honor estar con todos ustedes. Raza Graduation is truly about familia, cultura, y corazón. 17 years ago, I had the honor of walking across this stage. Granted, it was much smaller. But today, I'm even more humbled as my baby sister crosses the stage to receive her bachelor's degree. And so does my sister-in-law over at the other corner. So it's truly a family event. Felicidades, hermanas. En la vida hay muchos obstáculos para poder obtener éxito. Many barriers are systemic or economic. Others may be legal or environmental. But sometimes the most difficult to overcome are our own internal barriers, because we have often been told that we are not good enough to accomplish our goals or aspire to things we want most. I am proud to stand before you today, before these amazing, courageous lobos. Han logrado liberarse de esos obstáculos. Un gran aplauso para ellos. You have truly defeated those systems or those people who have defeated you, and we're so very proud of you. I also want to take a moment to recognize two such examples of persistence and perseverance, things that happened this year that are worth mentioning. The first is that earlier this year, efforts of students, faculty, and alumni formed the first Latino Hispano alumni chapter here at UNM. Through this organization, you will have the opportunity to continue your legacy, and we ask you to each please sign up. Whether you're graduating today or you're an alumni, please join us. La unión hace la fuerza. The next example is the one that is also near and dear to my heart. I would like to take a moment to recognize and congratulate Chicana and Chicano Studies, which this semester, after 45 years as a program, became a department under the leadership of Dr. Irene Vasquez. During the whole process, the students and faculty involved in La Lucha fought fiercely and strategically to accomplish the goal of establishing the new department. Fue impresionante ver el liderazgo de los estudiantes y la facultad, que no se dieron por vencidos y no dejaron de creer que sí se puede. And because we have that special moment, could all the students graduating today with their Chicana and Chicano Studies degree please stand so that we can recognize this great accomplishment as a department? Muchas felicidades. Class of 2015, the knowledge you have acquired during the years you have been at UNM, you now have weapons and tools to fight for a healthier and fairer society. Use them. No se les olvide que ustedes tienen el poder de su educación y nadie se los puede quitar. Change the world in a positive way, and remember that you have communities that have supported you and now need your energy to succeed and continue to prosper. Siéntanse orgullosos de ustedes mismos, porque todos los aquí presentes estamos orgullosos de ustedes. Congratulations, class of 2015. Felicidades.
Rosa, are we presenting Elsa?
Sorry, I'm We need a little comic relief, right? It is now my pleasure to introduce today's keynote speaker, Elsa Lopez. Every year we talk about why it's important to have a keynote speaker and who should that keynote speaker be. And this year I'm proud because we're celebrating our 10th anniversary of having passed Senate Bill 582. That helps support all of our students in the state of New Mexico, and especially our undocumented students. Besides being an alumni of UNM, Elsa is a strong community organizer, and she's always working for each and every one of us. And so with that, it is my pleasure to welcome Elsa Lopez as our keynote speaker.
Gracias, Rosa. A ver si puedo, esto está un poco más chaparrito que yo. Okay, gracias. Yes, hopefully they won't make me come back twice like Rosa did by doing this. Muy buenas tardes a todos y todas. Es un gran honor estar aquí con ustedes. I am truly honored to be part of this celebration. First, I want to congratulate all the graduates and their families on this very special day. Second, Feliz Día del Trabajador. Congratulations to all the hardworking families on International Workers' Day. Today marks the end of a chapter of your life, but also the beginning of new opportunities. 11 years ago, I had the privilege of graduating from this very same institution, and I know the journey was not easy for you or your families. Today, I would like to share a little bit about my personal story and how, in sharing and connecting with other stories, I became part of a growing movement, a social and workers' justice movement. Like millions of families from around the world, my family migrated in search of different and better opportunities. My parents had already sacrificed a lot, so my sister and I could go to school in Mexico, and college there was not an option. Since my parents did not get a chance to even finish middle school, they always dreamed of a better future, just like any of our parents. It was especially my mother, who was denied a chance for an education because she was a woman who always inspired me to do better. I had just graduated from high school there, and we thought that by coming here, my sister and I would get a better chance of going to college. So first things first, I got a job at a local restaurant and started saving money, and started taking intensive English classes at the Santa Fe Community College. A year and a half later, I was ready to take credit classes, but the college said that I couldn't because I didn't have a social security number. I thought, well, that's unfair. What about the land of opportunity, the American dream? But when you come from families who don't have many resources, you learn early in life to stretch out any resources we have. We become very creative. So my sister and I decided to stretch our luck, and we started knocking on doors. And that's when a little window called Somos un Pueblo Unido opened up. Suddenly, there was hope. Through Somos, I met other students like me, and we organized. The first thing we did was joining our voices with other students at a forum in Santa Fe to educate local elected officials, like the Community College Board President. And in 2002, the Santa Fe Community College became the first college to openly admit undocumented immigrants by adopting a Ask, Don't Tell policy. Also the same year, my sister went to DC to be one of the first students to lobby for the DREAM Act. That was the beginning of Somos' 5-year campaign that will culminate in the passage of SB 582, and I know many of you know, but for those who don't, that is the state law that allows undocumented immigrants to go to college. I had the honor to go all over New Mexico to organize immigrant families. And in 2005, close to 300 students, their parents and educators from all over New Mexico descended to the state capitol to share their stories. For many of them, it was the first time they stepped a foot at the Capitol. Trained on how to lobby and wearing our big, bright buttons that say Green Light New Mexico's future, we did the unthinkable. We shared our stories and legislators listened. The law passed with strong bipartisan support. This was the second time that organized families sharing our stories, a good strategy, and lots of dedication had culminated in passing a state law. The first was the driver's license law that allows immigrants to get a driver's license. If you haven't heard about this law, then you've been spending way too much time at the Zimmerman Library. By the time I graduated from college, I had realized that in searching for educational opportunities for myself, I found the opportunity to join others to fight for justice and equality, to shift the balance of power. It became clear to me that the reason undocumented immigrants did not have access to college was not an accident. It was due to lack of power. I realized that it was about being Latina, that it was about being part of a minority community in this country. But I had discovered that immigrants in New Mexico were a little less powerless. So I became a community organizer with Somos. I did not know much, but turns out that by joining others, you will most likely come up with solutions to any problem. It has been the wildest, most rewarding time of my life. For the last 13 years, I've had the privilege to work hand in hand with hundreds of families from around the state, many of whom are in this very same room, to protect and expand civil and workers' rights for all New Mexicans. I was asked to talk about how I give back to my community, but it is my community who gives me hope, strength, and determination to keep doing this work. We are colegas en la lucha, and together we have learned many lessons. One day during a community meeting where we were discussing immigration reform, I asked our members, so what happens when we get immigration reform? Does Somos disappear? And promptly members responding in unison, no. I asked why. Our families would get papers, we'll get more job security and no fear of deportation, right? But immediately someone said, but we will still be Latinos. We will still be low-wage workers. Discrimination will not disappear. We need to keep strengthening our communities, finding tools to keep fighting for our families. So that is exactly what we have been doing. We have joined forces with other workers and minority groups to pass other laws, local and statewide, like increasing the minimum wage in Santa Fe to one of the highest in the country and expanding protections against wage theft and racial profiling by law enforcement. Times are tough. All you gotta do is turn on the TV, right? But when haven't they been for us? Everything we have gained, we've had to fight for. What keeps me going is that there are stories of survival and resilience everywhere I turn, and I'm seeing one right now. You graduated from college today, despite all odds, it's proof that our community's strength and determination is growing. Whatever you do, don't forget, many people fought hard for your chance to come to college. So in whatever way you can, share your story like I did. Share wherever skill you have, like I did. If you feel you don't know what you're doing, well, join the club. Life is about figuring out what's next, but in searching for your next adventure, enjoy the moment, like today. Don't let anything define you. And lastly, if you haven't already, I invite you to join us in writing the story of our future. Muchas felicidades, que vivan nuestras familias y la lucha sigue.
Le damos las gracias a la coordinadora de Somos un Pueblo Unido, Elsa López. Ahora escucharemos los discursos de los graduados. Primeramente les presento al señor Juan Manuel González, quien se gradúa de su licenciatura de Arte en Psicología y en Estudios Chicana-Chicano.
Ahora sigue en inglés, espérense, les falta en inglés. We thank the coordinator of Somos un Pueblo Unido, Elsa Lopez. Next, we will hear from two of our graduates. First, let us introduce Mr. Juan Manuel González, who will be receiving a bachelor's in psychology and Chicano-Chicana studies.
Buenas tardes. Primeramente, quiero darle gracias a Dios, a todos los elementos que nos dan otro día de vida y por dejarnos estar aquí hoy en esta manera, en la graduación de la raza de la clase del 2015. En este 1 de mayo, Día Internacional de Trabajadores, felicidades a todas y todos por su trabajo, por sus grandes esfuerzos y por hacer este sueño realidad. Hace 15 años, mi familia tomó la decisión de emigrarnos a los Estados Unidos en busca de un mejor futuro. Llegamos a Phoenix, Arizona, donde mi hermana y yo aprendimos inglés y mi madre y padre hicieron todo lo necesario para darnos lo mejor posible. Gracias al trabajo de nuestra familia, nuestros esfuerzos fueron un éxito. Pero el racismo, la discriminación y falta de oportunidades para inmigrantes en Arizona crearon barreras muy difíciles y negativas para el futuro de nuestra familia. Hubo un tiempo en mi vida que pensé que este día nunca sería posible, pero todo cambió cuando aprendí que en Nuevo México habían oportunidades y recursos para inmigrantes, como la ley Senate Bill 582, las licencias de manejar, varias becas y el Centro de la Raza. Tomé la decisión de emigrar otra vez y llegué a Albuquerque con muchas ganas de continuar mi educación. Estoy muy contento y orgulloso por las decisiones que he hecho, por el trabajo que he entregado, por conocer la gente en Nuevo México y por todas las enseñanzas que recibí. Algo que aprendí fue que debemos de estar conscientes de que este placer y orgullo que sentimos hoy también carga una gran responsabilidad. Tenemos un compromiso de trabajar por el bien de nuestras familias, comunidades y futuras generaciones. También debemos de honrar estas encomiendas y responsabilidades que nuestros antepasados nos han dejado, de trabajar por un mundo mejor para todos. El plan que nuestros líderes y antepasados tuvieron para nuestras generaciones no nomás eran para darnos la oportunidad de continuar nuestra educación, para comprar una troca del año o una casa en vecindad más rica. El plan era de crear estas oportunidades para que chicanas, chicanos, mexicanas y mexicanos como nosotros pudieran usar nuestras escuelas públicas como una herramienta para desarrollar nuestras comunidades. Desgraciadamente no hemos realizado este sueño. Los problemas sociales en nuestras comunidades y en el mundo son preocupantes y de gran importancia. Las enfermedades físicas y mentales siguen aumentando. La violencia y los abusos por de parte de la policía y inmigración siguen causando gran sufrimiento. No nos olvidemos de Ayotzinapa y la causa de los 43 estudiantes desaparecidos en México. Y también todas las injusticias ambientales que siguen hiriendo las injusticias ambientales que siguen hiriendo a nuestra madre tierra. Talmente hoy debería de ser un día para celebrar y no pensar en tanta miseria. Pero si no reconocemos los problemas sociales que afectan a tanta gente, esto fuera una mentira, una falta de respeto a la humanidad y al Creador. Así como alumnos de raza, con este gran privilegio, tenemos la responsabilidad de compartir, de trabajar y luchar por el respeto de nuestras comunidades y la humanidad. Gracias a toda la gente que nos ha ayudado a llegar a este momento otra vez, especialmente a mi familia, a mi comunidad, al Grupo Coatlicue, los Jardines Institute, a Mecha, a Moca, la Alianza de Hombres de Color, Chicana Chicano Studies, el Centro de la Raza y por supuesto el comité por fijarse en este humilde servidor y darme este encargamento. A la clase 2015 les deseo lo mejor. Gracias.
Thank you, Juan. Next, we have Mrs. Zoila Yamid Alvarez, who is receiving a Master's of Arts in Language Literacy and Sociocultural Studies. Gracias, Juan. Enseguida le damos la bienvenida a la señorita Zoila Yamid Álvarez, quien estará recibiendo su maestría en Lenguaje, en Literatura y Estudios Socioculturales.
Estoy nerviosa. Buenas tardes y gracias a todos por estar con nosotros para celebrar a nuestra raza. Mi español no es perfecto, así que les pido piedad. Good afternoon and thank you for sharing this wonderful day with our outstanding Raza Lobos. When I first read the email inviting me to be a student speaker for today's graduation, I emailed Armando back to make sure he hadn't made a mistake. Then I called my mom. Cuando yo recibí el correo electrónico invitándome a ser uno de los estudiantes presentando, le contesté inmediatamente a Armando para asegurarme que no se había hecho un error antes de hablarle a mi mamá. Which is ironic considering just last week I was telling a group of high school seniors that in order to be successful in life, you need to be deliriously confident in your abilities. Like Floyd Mayweather. He's a good example of a person that is deliriously confident. Que me da risa ya que yo les digo a varios estudiantes que necesitan estar seguros en sí mismos siempre, ya que tan seguros que la gente cree que está un poco loco, como el Mayweather. So today I stand before you to share my story if you'll give me the chance. Así que hoy, con su permiso, les contaré mi historia. I am undocumented. Yo soy indocumentada. I am a dreamer. I am a DACA recipient. I'm the president of the COE GPSA. I'm an Alpha Chi Omega, but all my friends call me Zoila. I came to the United States when I was 2 years old, and I was fortunate enough to maintain my Spanish language by spending my childhood summers with my grandparents in Nayarit. Yo vine a los Estados Unidos cuando tenía 2 años y tuve la bendición de pasar los veranos con mis abuelos en Nayarit. I spent most of my life telling an INS officer that I was going to Disneyland. Yo pasé la mayoría de mi vida diciéndole a alguien de inmigración que iba a visitar a Disneylandia. So when I received the phone call from my mom, she was leaving my dad to move to New Mexico, I didn't understand. I asked, why? What happened? And she responded, he hit me. And I said, what did you do? And she responded, nothing, I was asleep. Your dad was on a cocaine binge. And so when I woke up to him hitting me. Needless to say, we left and came to New Mexico. But I was a senior in high school, and I didn't want to start over. So I decided to stay with my dad and finish out senior year in high school. New Mexico, for building a home and building a safe haven for me and my family, holds a very dear place in my heart. La Universidad de Nuevo Mexico es muy cercana a mi corazón. After graduation, I could either stay in California and pay out-of-state tuition at Long Beach City College, or I could move to New Mexico and piggyback off my mom's New Mexico residency to attend the University of New Mexico. Naturally, being the first in my family to go to college and graduate high school in a newly single-parent household, my family wasn't exactly bawling for me to stay in California, so I came here. 10 years later, I stand before you as a proud New Mexican and Lobo. I am a privileged, undocumented Latina with access to higher education. And every time I felt like giving up, I would be reminded that my parents left their home in Mexico to give me a brighter future. I had to remember that my mom doesn't clean houses with honor and dignity out of pleasure, but out of financial necessity to push my sisters and I forward. And that in spite of our troubles, my pursuit of the American dream was becoming true, and I was one of the lucky ones. I was especially reminded of this after I graduated college and participated in the Hispanic Youth Institute, where I met some of you outstanding Lobos in the audience. You know who you are. I don't know about you, but in my family, when I told my mom I was going back to school for a master's, she was like, "Qué bueno, mija, pero ¿qué vas a hacer con eso?" Well, mami, yo pienso usar mi maestría en educación bilingüe para trabajar en póliza de educación y mejorar nuestro sistema educativo. I plan to use my master's degree to work in education policy and improve our education system. Once I was in graduate school, I was fortunate enough to run into Chris Ramirez at a local bar and have him pull me into getting involved with the Raza Graduate Student Association. And for that, I say thank you. Last February, I was fortunate enough to reconnect with an acquaintance at el Centro de la Raza, Dr. Mariah Hereda Griego, who was looking for a graduate research assistant to work with for the UNM Center of Education Policy Research. My little corazoncito didn't know what to do with myself. I was so excited to work in a field that I didn't realize that what a blessing it would be, and just really the gift the Lord had just sent me. Mariah isn't just my boss, she is my mentor. She has helped me navigate the UNM institution. She has helped me grow academically and professionally. She has listened to me and held me while I cried every time I felt like an imposter in academia. She has been my biggest cheerleader, but most of all, she understands that as a first-generation Latina scholar, it's hard when people ask you if you're married over whether you have a college degree. Lastly, Dr. Mariah Hereda Griego has believed in me and my dreams more than I believed in myself. While I don't understand the academic rhetoric 100% of the time, her and I speak hip-hop fluently, which to me is like home. And for that, I am eternally grateful to God that He placed such an amazing academic gangster in my life. I wouldn't be able to be here without you. During my graduate school experience, I've had the opportunity to fall in love with a man that is kind, intelligent, hardworking, patient, and respects my independence. I also had the opportunity to attend Harvard University on a conference, which to us, being immigrants, it was like, yeah, I made it. And I also had the privilege to ride along with some of the original freedom riders in the commemoration of the 50th anniversary of signing the Civil Rights Act. I've had an incredible time in graduate school, which really helped me further find myself. I've had the pleasure to work with incredible professors like Dr. Lopez Leiva, Dr. Ruth Trinidad Galvan, and Dr. Sylvia Celedon Petichis. So what's next, you might ask? Law school in Houston, Texas. So maybe you won't be the next internet or financial prodigy. Guess what? If you're lucky, like me, your family will love you anyway. However, it is love that makes everything possible. And I didn't say that it was easy in life. My duty isn't just to my family, my duty is to the Latino community, and hopefully, when I get my law degree, the immigrant community. So I challenge you to look beyond your immediate limitations and look at the big picture. Because the biggest myth isn't the American dream. The biggest myth is that you have to shed your language, your culture, and identity in order to make it. And I'm here to tell you that that's not true. You can make it here and stay true to who you are. In closing, as the great Nelson Mandela shared, education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. Thank you.
Y muchísimas gracias Juan y Zoila por inspirarnos con sus hermosas palabras. Hoy en la esquina del suroeste, cada estudiante tendrá la oportunidad de tomarse una foto. Entonces, si es allá, donde está aquella sombrilla, esas dos sombrillas, por cortesía de Botelos Photography. Después de haber recibido su reconocimiento, los estudiantes van a poder tomarse la foto allá. Cada estudiante recibirá un correo electrónico con acceso para ver y comprar las fotos. Por favor, les pedimos a las familias que se esperen un poco hasta el final del evento para tomarse las fotos con los estudiantes. Ahora, el momento que todos estamos esperando, la presentación de la generación del 2015. Les pedimos que extiendan su mayor respeto desde el primero hasta el último estudiante. Gracias.
Thank you, Juan y Zoila, for inspiring us with your words. Today in the southeast corner, each student will have their picture taken by Botelos Photography after being installed. Each student will receive a link on their email to purchase their pictures. Families, we ask for you please to wait until after the event to take pictures with the graduates in order to keep the procession following smoothly. Now the moment that we have all been waiting for, the presentation of the graduating class of 2015. We ask that you please be courteous to all of the graduates. We would like to invite Mrs. Elsa Lopez back up on the stage to receive the generation of 2015. Announcing the graduates this evening will be El Centro de la Raza alumnus Alex Gonzalez, UNM Registrar, and Dr. Ruth Trinidad Galvan, professor in the Department of Language Literacy and Sociocultural Studies.
At this time, we would also like to thank and invite Dr. Eliseo Cheo Torres, Dr. Irene Vasquez, Director of the Chicana and Chicano Studies Program, Dr. Barbara Reyes, Director of Southwest Hispanic Research Institute, Dr. Josie De Leon, Vice President for Equity and Inclusion, Dr. Lawrence Roybal, Executive Director of Enlace and the Graduate Research Center, Senator Michael Padilla, Senator Jacob Candelaria, and Representative Patricio Ruilova to join Rosa in the receiving line to my right.
We'll start with the first one. Perla will be receiving a bachelor's in psychology and Spanish. Perla was involved in Ballet Folclórico Lobo. Presenting Perla's stole is Elsa López. Felicidades, Perla.
Our next graduate is Jazmín Acosta. Jazmín will be receiving a Bachelor in Human Resources Management. Jazmín was involved in Enlace, and she says, nada de esto sería posible sin el apoyo y amor incondicional de mi familia y Dios. Los amo. Presenting Jazmín Stoll is María Gordy Molina.
Erika Aguirre. Erika will be receiving a Bachelor in Elementary Education. Erika says, I would like to thank my family for all of their support. Their support has made me a stronger person. Presenting Erika Stoll is Irene Welch.
Our next graduate is Esteban Alba Perez. Esteban will be receiving a Bachelor in Criminology and Spanish. Esteban says, I'd like to thank my parents and friends that have supported me. Presenting Esteban Stoll is Elsa Lopez.
Valerie Alfaro. Valerie will be receiving an Associate's in Pre-Business Administration. Valerie was involved in Pi Theta Kappa. Valerie says, Mom and Dad, you have been there day after day to make sure my life turned out this way. Thank you for all your support. Presenting Valerie Stoll is Miriam Foronda.
Our next graduate is Crystal Almaraz. Crystal will be receiving a Bachelor in Biology and Psychology. Crystal's accomplishments include graduating cum laude and being involved with Kappa Delta Chi sorority. Crystal was involved in Kappa Delta Chi, and she says, shout out to my family for their endless love and support. Presenting Crystal Stoll is Bianca Ray Ramirez.
Our next graduate is Zoila Alvarez. Zoila will be receiving a Master's in Bilingual Education. Zoila's accomplishments include GPSA President of COE, Legislative Steering Committee member, Publications Board Representative, Hispanic Serving Institutions Representative, Media and Outreach Co-Chair, RGSA Secretary, Fellow of El Centro de la Raza Graduate Resource Center Academy, Center for Educational Policy Research. Zoila was also involved in Raza Graduate Student Association, and she says, thank you to my boyfriend Jorge, mi mamá, my friends and family for all of your support. Sí se puede. Presenting Zoila Stoll is Dr. Mariah Heredia Griego.
Our next graduate is Destiny Armenta. Destiny will be receiving a Bachelor's in Accounting. Destiny's accomplishments include being part of the Dean's List and was involved in ALPFA. She says, I would like to thank my family for all their support and encouragement. Presenting Destiny Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Destiny.
Our next graduate, Aja Armijo. Aja will be receiving a Bachelor in Speech and Hearing Science and Spanish. Aja's accomplishments include receiving summa cum laude, and presenting Aja Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Arthur Armijo. Arthur will be receiving a Bachelor's in Biology. Arthur's accomplishments include graduating magna cum laude, receiving the Clove Outstanding Senior Award, president of Phi Delta Theta Fraternity, and being a resident advisor. Presenting Arthur Stoll is Debbie Morris. Felicidades, Arthur.
Next, Alejandro Arroyo. Alejandro will be receiving a Bachelor in Criminology and Spanish. Alejandro says, I would like to thank my family and friends for all their support, especially mom and dad. Presenting Alejandro Stoll is Dr. Paul Guerin. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Janet Avila. Janet will be receiving a bachelor's in international management, and she was involved with MEXA. Presenting Janet Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Janet.
Our next graduate, Jacobo Baca. Jacobo will be receiving a doctorate in history. Jacobo's accomplishments include Andrew Mellon Fellowship, HED Fellowship, graduating with distinction. Jacobo says, thank you to my family, friends, and the UNM community for all their support. Presenting Jacobo Stoll is Dr. Suzanne Shadow. Felicidades, Jacobo.
Our next graduate is Nicole Baldonado. Nicole will be receiving a bachelor's in business administration, and she says, it has been a very long journey to return to school while taking care of my family. Presenting Nicole Stoll is Dr. Jennifer Gomez Chavez. Felicidades, Nicole.
Our next graduate, Sara Marcela Beltrán Caro. Sara Marcela is receiving a Bachelor in Family Studies Psychology. Among her accomplishments is Lobos Unido mentor, first-generation college student, IBSG Secretary Board member. She states, le quiero agradecer a Dios por todas las oportunidades que me brinda y a mi familia que siempre me apoya en mis locuras. Presenting Sara Marcela Stoll is Giovanna Eisberg. Felicidades a Sara Marcela.
Our next graduate is Karina Beltrán Jaques. Karina will be receiving a bachelor's in international business and entrepreneurial studies. Karina's accomplishments include part of the Dean's List, and she says, I would like to thank my family and friends for all their support in helping me accomplish such an important step in my life. Presenting Karina Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Next, Desiree Berry. Desiree will be receiving a Bachelor in major in criminology. Desiree says, I would like to thank my family for their tremendous love and support throughout the years. Presenting Desiree Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Lorena Blanco Silva. Lorena will be receiving a master's in public management. And her accomplishments include being a full-time staff at the Division for Equity and Inclusion, in addition to completing her degree. Lorena says, I would like to thank my family, friends, and all my wonderful colleagues at UNM. Presenting Lorena Stoll is Dr. Josie De Leon. Felicidades, Lorena.
Our next graduate, Udel Calzadillas Chavez. Udel will be receiving a Bachelor in Political Science. Udel's accomplishments include UNM Dream Team member, ASUNM Senator, World Affairs Delegation member, Dr. Juan Andrade Jr. Scholarship recipient, El Puente Fellow, Honors College designation and international distinction, Political Science Honors, Spanish Honors. Udel was involved in the UNM Dream Team. He states, I would like to thank my family, friends, and community for believing and supporting me in my journey as an undocumented student. Presenting Udel Stoll is Dr. Michael Wolf. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Caitlin Campbell. Caitlin will be receiving a bachelor's in environmental planning and design, and she says, I would like to thank my parents for their continued support and encouragement. Presenting Caitlin Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate, William Campillo Terrazas. William will be receiving a bachelor in chemistry and Spanish. William was involved in Lambda Theta Pi. Presenting William Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Muchas felicidades.
Our next graduate is Cindy Cano. Cindy will be receiving a bachelor's in criminology. She says, she turned her can'ts into cans and her dreams into plans. My unknown future is in the hands of the all-known God. Presenting Cindy Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate, Sonia Cano. Sonia will be receiving a bachelor in emergency medical services. She includes in her accomplishments treasurer for both students of emergency medical services and UNM EMS. Sonia was involved in students of emergency medical services, and she'd like to thank her family for their support. I could not have accomplished this without you, she states. Presenting Sonia Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Dora E. Carriaga Coleman. Dora will be receiving her doctorate in Literatura y Estudios Culturales. Her accomplishments include fundadora de la colectivo Afro Tamiagua, an international nonprofit organization que apoya la cultura afro-mexicana. Dora says, quiero agradecer a mis pacientes, hijos, Anale y Fini, al apoyo de Elena, mi madre y a mi esposo por estar allí. Presenting Dora Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Dora. Oh, actually, Finney Coleman.
Our next graduate, Gabriel Carrasco. Gabriel will be receiving a bachelor in psychology. Gabriel's accomplishments include graduating summa cum laude, member Gold Key Psi Chi Phi Kappa Phi. Gabriel was involved in the HSF scholarship chapter at UNM. He states, my time at UNM has been incredible and I am so grateful to have met such amazing individuals along the way. Presenting Gabriel Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Liz Debeth Carrasco Gallardo. Liz Debeth will be receiving a bachelor's in political science and Spanish. Her accomplishments include graduating cum laude, receiving the Fred Harris Congressional Intern, being part of El Puente Fellows Program Fellow. She says, gracias a Dios, a mi familia y amigos, por ayudarme a cumplir mis estudios a pesar de toda adversidad. Presenting Liz Debeth Stoll is Dr. Ellen Grigsby. Felicidades.
Next, Elidet Carreon. Elidet will be receiving a bachelor in biology and Spanish. Presenting Elidet Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Muchas felicidades.
Our next graduate is Lilian Casillas. Lilian will be receiving a master's in electrical engineering with an emphasis in optoelectronics. Her accomplishments include graduating summa cum laude, president of Society for Optics and Photonomics, New Mexico Technology Council Women in Technology Scholarship recipient, and the CHTM Outreach Group. And she was involved with HESO. She says, my son and my husband are my inspiration to do anything I set my mind to. Thank God and all that believed I could get to this point. Presenting Lillian Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Diane Castro. Diane will be receiving a bachelor in Spanish. Diane's accomplishments include Theta Nu Chi Multicultural Society Incorporated, which she was involved in. Diane says, I would like to thank my parents for everything they have done for me and for being such a great support system. Presenting Diane Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Yamina Ceballos. Yamina will be receiving a bachelor's in criminology and Spanish. Her accomplishments include, I've received my early childhood certificate and license, and associates in liberal arts and over 300 hours of training and certification in early childhood development. She says, La risa es el mejor remedio. El mundo necesita gente que ame lo que hace. Presenting Yamina Stoll is Rosa Isela Cervantes. Felicidades.
Next, Cristina Guadalupe Cervantes. Cristina Guadalupe will be receiving a Bachelor in Chicana and Chicano Studies with a concentration in Cultural Studies and Spanish. Cristina says, Me gustaría dar las gracias a mi familia por todo el apoyo que me han dado. Presenting Cristina Guadalupe Stoll is Rosa Isela Cervantes. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Adela Chavez. Adela will be receiving a master's in art education. Presenting her stole is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Adela.
Our next graduate, Adela Chavez, will be receiving a Bachelor in Criminology. She states, I would like to thank my husband and parents for their help and support. I could not have done it without them. Presenting Adela Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Muchas felicidades, Adela.
Our next graduate is Angelique Chavez. Angelique will be receiving a bachelor's in biology and Spanish, and her accomplishments include being part of UNM's Mortarboard Senior Honor Society. She says, I would like to thank my parents, family, and friends for all their support, especially on my rough days. Presenting her stole is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate, Benjamin Chavez. Benjamin will be receiving a Bachelor in Psychology. Amongst his accomplishments, he was a member of the UNM marching band playing the tuba. He states, I would like to thank my family for their encouragement, especially my dad, who has taught me things in life that are unattainable in books. Presenting Benjamin Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Muchas felicidades.
Our next graduate is Olivia Chavez. Olivia will be receiving a bachelor's in nutrition and Chicano-Chicana studies. Olivia says, gracias to all mi familia, my abuelito, mamá, papá, sister, auntie, Claudia, Toribio, and more. I love you forever. Presenting Olivia Stoll is Veronica Mendez Cruz. Felicidades, Olivia.
Our next graduate, Richard Chavez. Richard will be receiving a master's in accounting and information assurance. Richard's accomplishments include receiving summa cum laude, undergraduate degree, BBA accounting, vice president, ALPFA. Richard was involved in ALPFA. Richard says, thank you, Anderson Accounting faculty, for continuously providing support throughout my academic career. Presenting Richard Stoll is Shannon Saavedra. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Alejandro Cisneros. Alejandro will be receiving a master's in Spanish and Hispanic linguistics. His accomplishments include being part of UNM Resolana's supervisor and a Latino fellow, and also being involved with MEXA. He says, I would like to thank my family and Hispanic linguistics professors for their support. Presenting Alejandro Stoll is Dr. Damian Wilson. Felicidades.
Our next graduate, Aurora Cruz. Aurora will be receiving a Master in Elementary Bilingual Education. She states, I would like to thank my family, friends, advisors, and professors for all their support and guidance. Gracias. Presenting Aurora's stole is Elisa Lopez. Felicidades, Aurora.
Our next graduate is Melissa Dalton. Melissa will be receiving a bachelor's in biology and Spanish. Her accomplishments include being accepted into Colorado State University's Doctor of Veterinary Medicine program beginning fall 2015. She would like to say, I would like to thank my wonderful mom for her endless support and encouragement. I'd also like to thank my dad, wishing he was here. Presenting Melissa Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Next, Erika de Anda. Erika will be receiving a Bachelor in Human Resources. Amongst her accomplishment is her engagement with a community outreach coordinator for being a community outreach coordinator for Enlace and involved in the HSF scholarship chapter at UNM. She states, I couldn't have done this without the support of my family and friends, so I thank you. Presenting Erika Stoll is Dr. Lawrence Roybal. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Jonathan de la Torre. Jonathan will be receiving a Bachelor in Business Administration in Operations Management and Marketing Management. His accomplishments include being part of Phi Delta Theta Refounding Father, Phi Delta Theta Treasurer, Interfraternal Council Secretary, and Treasurer, and he was involved in ALPFA. He says, I would like to thank my family and friends for a lot of great lasting memories and more to come. Presenting his stole is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Next, Livia del Toro Garcia. Livia will be receiving a Bachelor in Emergency Medical Services. Her accomplishments include President of Students of Emergency Medical Services, Sister of Kappa Delta Chi Sorority, Lieutenant of Logistics for Lobo EMS, alumni of UNM SOM Paramedic Program, and involved in the Ballet Folclórico Lobo Kappa Delta Chi. She states, quisiera agradecerle a mi mamá, Olga García, abuela Marcelina García, y mis hermanas Frida y Andrea por todo su apoyo. Presenting Livia Stoll is Dr. Shelley McLaughlin. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Loretta Dottie. Loretta will be receiving a Bachelor's in Psychology with a minor in Sociology. Her accomplishments include graduating summa cum laude, a published author, wife, mom, and grandma. And she was involved in Phi Kappa Phi. Loretta says, I would like to thank my husband and my family for all of their support. Presenting her stole is Eliseo Cheo Torres. Felicidades, Loretta.
Our next graduate, Maria Elwin. Maria will be receiving a Bachelor in English Professional Writing. Maria's accomplishments include graduating summa cum laude and Ronald E. McNair Scholar. Maria says, I would like to thank everyone that encouraged and helped me on my path to getting my degree. Presenting Maria Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Maria.
Our next graduate is Annette Erives. Annette will be receiving a Master's in Special Education with a concentration in learning and behavioral exceptionalities. Her accomplishments include, her biggest accomplishment is raising an amazing daughter who has made her so proud. She says, thank the good Lord for his blessings and my family for their incredible love, devotion, and continuous encouragement. Mom, your prayers are cherished. Presenting her stole is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Next, we have Viridiana Espinosa. Viridiana will be receiving a Bachelor in Sociology and Spanish. Amongst her accomplishments, she includes graduating summa cum laude, who is who among students, and Dean's List. Viridiana states, I am very grateful with God for my family, friends, professors, and everybody that made this accomplishment possible. Presenting Viridiana Stoll is Dr. Nancy Lopez. Muchas felicidades.
Our next graduate is Cristiana Esquivel. Cristiana will be receiving a bachelor's in criminology and psychology. Her accomplishment includes graduating magna cum laude, member of Phi Eta Sigma, member of the National Society of Collegiate Scholars, member of the Golden Key membership, and member of Alpha Kappa Delta. And she was involved in Kappa Delta Chi. She says, attract what you expect, reflect what you desire, become what you respect, mirror what you admire. Presenting her stole is Steve Alley. Felicidades.
Our next graduate, Daira Falad. Daira will be receiving a Master in Organizational Instruction and Learning Sciences. Amongst her accomplishments is being involved in the Division of Student Affairs Fellow, Latino Graduate Fellow, Mentoring Chair, Raza Graduate Student Association, NUFP Mentor, and being involved in the Raza Graduate Student Association. Daira states, I dedicate this accomplishment to the girl that rocks my world, my daughter Addison. Le doy gracias a Dios, mi familia y mentores. She is being stoled by Dr. Celia Lopez Chavez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Vivian Felipe. Vivian will be receiving a bachelor's in psychology with a minor in Navajo linguistics. Her accomplishments include studying both Navajo and Mayan Quiché, and being involved in the Chicana Studies Student Organization. She says, never be afraid to follow your dreams, and when barriers surface, don't stop, never give up. This is for my grandfather and my dad. Presenting her stole is Dr. Paul Platero. Felicidades.
Our next graduate, Vivian Ferreira de Faria. Vivian will be receiving a Master in Portuguese Language and Brazilian Literary Cultural Studies and Hispanic Linguistics. Vivian was involved in MEXA, SOLAS, UNM Brazil Club, SPGSA, Phi Lambda Beta, GRC, and GPSA. She states, I would like to thank my amazing family, friends, professors, and students for their unconditional support. Obrigada, obrigada, obrigada. Presenting Vivian Stoll is Dr. Margot Milleret.
Our next graduate is Francesca Flores. Francesca will be receiving a bachelor's in psychology, and her accomplishments include graduating cum laude and being part of the Agora Crisis Center alumni. She says, to my parents and brother, thank you for the love you show me regularly and your generous time, energy, and forgiveness. Presenting her stole is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate, Eric Flores. Eric will be receiving a Bachelor in Design for Performance. Amongst his accomplishments include, I've had the privilege to work on 2 independent films in upstate New York. He states, I will be continuing my education by attending Penn State for my MFA in Costume Technology. Presenting Eric Stoll is Dr. Jen Nader. Felicidades, Eric.
Our next graduate is Adrian Franco. Adrian will be receiving a bachelor's in psychology and English. His accomplishments include graduating magna cum laude, being part of the psychology honors, El Centro La Raza Fellow, and being a McNair Scholar, as well as being involved in SACNAS and McNair. He states, I would like to thank my family for always being interested and invested in my education. Presenting his stole is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Adrian.
Next, we have Benjamin Fuller. Benjamin will be receiving a Bachelor in Mechanical Engineering. He was involved in HESO and states, thank you, Mom and Dad, for making this possible. Presenting Benjamin Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Muchas felicidades, Benjamin.
Our next graduate is Rosangela Garay. Rosangela will be receiving a bachelor's in biology. Her accomplishments include graduating magna cum laude, being part of the combined BAMD program, the Southwest District Collegiate Kiwanis International Treasurer, and Eliminate Chair. And she was involved with SSS Trio. She states, I would like to thank my family for always being there and God for giving me strength. Presenting her stole is Tania Aramburu Garnas. Felicidades, Rosangela.
Our next graduate, Toribio Garcia. Toribio will be receiving a bachelor in biology. Toribio was involved in Camperinos, Lambda Theta Pi. Toribio states, I would like to thank my family for always supporting me. Presenting Toribio's stole is Elsa Lopez. Muchas felicidades.
Our next graduate is Joseph Garcia. Joseph will be receiving a doctorate in Latin American Studies, Sociology and History, Cuban and Mexican Natural Resource Relations. Joseph's accomplishments include former president of the Graduate and Professional Student Association, founder and organizer of the Project for New Mexico Graduate Students of Color, College of Arts and Sciences Teaching Excellence Award Fellow, New Mexico Higher Education Department Graduate Scholars Award, the Office of Graduate Studies Dissertation Award, the UNM Mellon Dissertation Defense Completion Fellow, instructor, Chicano Studies Department, former president of Raza Graduate Student Association, Latino Latin American Library Fellow, and was involved in LULAC, Raza Graduate Student Association, SOLAS, PNMGC, GRC. And he says, for students to be proud, bold, and audacious in their lives, the Latino community are the true intellectuals educating the imperialist majority in the U.S. Presenting a stole with Dr. Nancy Lopez. Felicidades, Joseph.
Our next graduate, Jacqueline Garcia. Jacqueline will be receiving a Bachelor in Speech and Hearing Sciences. Presenting Jacqueline's stole is Elsa Lopez. Muchas felicidades.
Our next graduate is Jaime Gardea. Jaime will be receiving a bachelor's in Spanish, and he states, I would like to thank my friends and faculty for their support. Presenting a stole is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Jaime.
Our next graduate is Cree Garrison. Cree will be receiving a Master in Special Education, Learning and Behavioral Exceptionalities. She was involved in the Men of Color Alliance and states, words cannot express how much my parents, my Aunt Sharon, my sisters Dee Dee and Shayla mean to me. Presenter Cree's stole is Dee Dee Hatch Sanders. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Luis Gomez. Luis will be receiving a bachelor's in accounting and marketing. His accomplishments include the executive director of ASUNM Southwest Film Center, marketing director of ASUNM Southwest Film Center, college student relations fellow, Youth Leadership Institute co-coordinator of the HSF UNM chapter, mentor tutor with Enlace New Mexico education mentor tutor, the UNM College Prep Program, lead mentor resident advisor, Hispanic Youth Institute, and was involved with Alpha HSF Scholarship Chapter at UNM, Men of Color Alliance, and ASUNM. He states, my family, friends, and students have been my motivation to work hard. After college, I hope to continue helping students and families in our community. Presenting his stole is Dr. Lawrence Roybal. Felicidades.
Next, we have Barbara Gomez Aguinaga. Barbara will be receiving a Bachelor in Political Science. Her accomplishments include being President World Student Alliance, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, Clinic Coordinator with the UNM Dream Team, Political Science Honors Program, graduating magna cum laude or cum laude, involved in the UNM Dream Team and World Student Alliance. She states, I would like to thank my family for their support and the immigrant community of UNM and New Mexico for giving me my career purpose. Presenting Barbara Stoll is Dr. Richard Schaefer. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Jessica Gonzalez. Jessica will be receiving a bachelor's in psychology and communication organizational. Her accomplishments include, she served 2 years as president of the National Residence Hall Honorary. She states, I would like to thank my family, advisors, and professors for their continuous support and belief in me. Presenting her stole is Shannon Saavedra. Felicidades.
Our next graduate, Juan Manuel González Pedrego. Juan Manuel will be receiving a Bachelor in Chicana and Chicano Studies and Psychology. Amongst his accomplishments include National Representative for the Centro Aztlán region of Mecha. He was involved in Mecha, Men of Color Alliance, and states, me gustaría darle gracias primeramente a Dios, a mi familia, mis amigos y comunidad por todo su apoyo. Presenting Juan Stoll is Dr. Teresa Córdoba. Felicidades, Juan Manuel.
Our next graduate is Bernadette Hardy. Bernadette will be receiving a bachelor's in music. Her accomplishments including Student Success Center Student Mentor, Student Success Center SEP Student Employee, and involved with Dulce Sono Choir. She states, I would like to thank my family and friends for giving me the support and courage to accomplish my dream. Her stole is being presented by Maria Stutzman y Marquez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate, Diana Hernandez. Diana will be receiving a Bachelor in Psychology. Her accomplishments include Executive Community Agora Crisis Center, Research Assistant for Dr. David Witherington, MEXA member, SAFCS member, involved with MEXA Agora Crisis Center. She states, agradezco a mi familia y a todos los que creyeron en mí. Los demás no contaban con mi astucia. Presenting Diane Stoll is Bruce Smith. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Yasmin Irazoki Ruiz. Yasmin will be receiving a Bachelor's in Biology and Spanish with a minor in Chemistry and University Honors Program Land Distinction. Her accomplishments include President of the National Society of Collegiate Scholars, who's who among students in American colleges and universities, and was involved with the UNM Dream Team. She states, I would like to thank my fearless mother, my family, my friends, and the selfless mentors who have helped me to get to this point. Presenting her stole is Dr. Veronica Plaza. Muchas felicidades.
Our next graduate, Natalia Jaques. Natalia will be receiving a Bachelor in Spanish. Amongst her accomplishments include Ronald E. McNair Scholar at UNM, where she was also involved. Natalia says, Roma no se hizo en un día y tampoco yo. Sin el apoyo de mis más queridos no estuviese aquí. Mil gracias. Presenting Natalia Stoll is Elsa López. Muchas felicidades.
Our next graduate is Ileana Jaramillo. Ileana will be receiving a Bachelor's in Strategic Communication, a minor in Management. Her accomplishments include graduating in 4 years. I was in multiple clubs that included Lobo Gardens, Lobo Spirit, and DECA. I also spent a semester abroad in England, was in the sorority Kappa Gamma, and held multiple leadership positions. She states, I want to thank my family for all their love and support throughout my college career. I especially want to thank my mom for always believing in me. Presenting her stole is Gregoria Cavazos. Felicidades.
Next, we have Ana Luz Jaramillo. Ana Luz will be receiving a Bachelor in Family Studies and Spanish. Her accomplishments include, I was the co-president of the International Medical Delegation of El Salvador. She states, I would like to thank my family and friends for all their support throughout the years. Presenting Ana Luz Stoll is Elsa López. Muchas felicidades.
Our next graduate is Brandon Jordan. Brandon will be receiving a Master's in Accounting and Information Assurance. His accomplishments include being a resident advisor, a SEP orientation leader, ASU&M senator, Phi Delta Theta founding president, and Alpha president. And he was involved in LULAC. Brandon says, I'd like to thank my family, friends, professors, and everyone who touched my life here. Presenting Brandon Stoll is Celestina Torres. Felicidades, Brandon.
Our next graduate is Edgar Lira Soto. Edgar will be receiving a Bachelor in Chemical Engineering. He was involved in MEXA, Lambda Theta Pi. Edgar says, gracias a todos mis familiares y amigos, en especial a mi mamá y esposa, gracias por todo el apoyo. Presenting Edgar Stoll is Elsa López. Muchas felicidades, Edgar.
Our next graduate is Kiara Luera. Kiara will be receiving a bachelor's in family studies. Her accomplishments including being vice president of Zeta Phi Beta sorority. She states, I would like to thank all who supported me through this journey, especially all the faculty who allowed me to take my daughter to class with me. Presenting her stole is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Next, we have Leslie Lopez. Leslie will be receiving a Bachelor in Biology and Chemistry pre-dental student. Her accomplishments include founder of the University of New Mexico chapter for the American Association of Public Health Dentistry. She states, however small or big, I'd like to thank everyone who supported me through this milestone, especially my parents and my little brother. Presenting Leslie Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Next is Sara Lopez. Sara will be receiving a bachelor's in criminology. She states, yo no habría sido capaz de hacerlo sin el apoyo de mis padres. You are amazing, los quiero mucho. Presenting her stole is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate, Christine Lovato. Christine will be receiving a Bachelor in Biology and Spanish. She states, thank you to family and friends that made it possible and never gave me a reason to give up. Presenting Christine Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Christine.
Our next graduate is Frances Lucero. Frances will be receiving a bachelor's in economics. She states, I would like to thank my family for all their support and for always pushing me for something better. Presenting her stole is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Frances.
Our next graduate is Cassandra Lueras. Cassandra will be receiving a Master in Hispanic Literature. Her accomplishments include Centro de la Raza Latina Graduate Fellow, Co-President Spanish and Portuguese Graduate Student Association. Cassandra was also involved in SPGSA. She states, thank you to my parents and family for always believing me and pushing me to do my best. I love you all. Presenting Cassandra Stoll is Dr. Anthony Cárdenas. Muchas felicidades.
Our next graduate is Ingrid Macias. Ingrid will be receiving a Master in Nutrition. Her accomplishments include Real Change Fellowship in Domestic Public Health, Latina Graduate Fellow. She states, I would like to thank my husband for his unconditional support and for encouraging me to never give up. Presenting her stole is Dr. Leila Flores Dueñas. No? Yes? No. So Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate, Elizabeth Madrid. Elizabeth will be receiving a Bachelor in Exercise Science. Her accomplishments include Secretary of the Exercise Science Club, Dean's List recipient, and involved in the Exercise Science Club. She states, thank you family and friends, especially Edgar Salas, for motivating and supporting me through the years so I can graduate. Presenting is Elizabeth Stoll is Natalia Torres. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Rosemary Manrique. Rosemary will be receiving a Bachelor's in Family Studies. She states, I would like to thank my mom for supporting me, my teachers, which are my mentors, and most of all, my daughter for being my inspiration. Presenting her stole is Katrina Sweetland. Felicidades, Rosemary.
Our next graduate, Krista Mars. Krista will be receiving a Bachelor in Organizational Leadership. Her accomplishments include Executive Director of ASUNM Special Events, also involved in ALPFA, HSF Scholarship Chapter at UNM, and ASUNM. Krista states, I'm so grateful for the support that has led to, that leads to motivating, inspiring, and pushing me to be here today. Presenting Krista's stole is Rosa Isela Cervantes. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Eric Martin. Eric will be receiving a doctorate in nanoscience and microsystems. He states, graduation only marks the beginning of endless possibilities. Presenting his stole is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Eric.
Next, Alexandria Martinez. Alexandria will be receiving a Bachelor in Psychology. She was involved in LULAC, Kappa Delta Chi, Women Empowerment. She states, thank you to my family, friends, and wonderful boyfriend, Adrian, for all their help, love, and support. I love you all. Presenting Alexandria Stoll is Marlene Sanchez. Muchas felicidades.
Next, we have Cheryl Lynn Martinez. Cheryl Lynn will be receiving a Bachelor's in Secondary Education, and her accomplishments including graduating summa cum laude. She states, I dedicate this accomplishment to my mom, who is now in heaven. She is the reason for this degree. Presenting her stole is Dr. Renee Fobion. Felicidades, Cheryl Lynn.
Our next graduate, Gerardo Martinez. Gerardo will be receiving a Master in Sports Administration. His accomplishments include Faculty Staff Advisor, Lambda Theta Phi, Latin Fraternity Incorporated, Faculty Staff Advisor, UNM Running Club, Fundraiser Chair, RGSA 2014. He states, gracias a mi familia, amigos, y UNM por todo el apoyo. Presenting Gerardo Stoll is Laura Valdez. Muchas felicidades.
Our next graduate is Joshua Martinez. Joshua will be receiving a Master's in Health Policy and Administration. His accomplishments include being past president of Destino, a Hispanic Bible study group, which is a part of the Campus Crusade for Christ Ministry. He states, I would like to thank my wife and our son, Lincoln, as well as my parents and my family for all their support. Presenting Joshua Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Joshua.
Our next graduate is Ricardo Martinez. Ricardo will be receiving a Bachelor in Criminology and Spanish. He states, I would like to thank my wonderful family and girlfriend for their support and always believing in me. Presenting Ricardo Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Muchas felicidades a Ricardo.
Our next graduate is Sofia Martinez. Sofia will be receiving a doctorate in Educational Thought and Social Cultural Studies. She was involved with Voces Feministas program, KUNM 89.9 FM. She states, I would like to thank my family, friends, my communities, and my sisters for all their love, prayers, and support. Presenting Sofia Stoll is Dr. Glenaba Martinez. Felicidades, Sofia.
Our next graduate, Saria Martinez. Saria will be receiving a Bachelor in Psychology and Dance. Her accomplishments include a fabulous wife to Carlos and awesome mother to Mario, Sasha, and Alaya. Saraya was also involved in Chicana and Chicano Student Organization. She states, I would like to thank my Aunt Patricia for instilling the love of learning in me. Thank you, Carlos, for your unconditional support. Presenting Saraya Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Adriana Mendias Coronado. Adriana will be receiving a Bachelor's in Accounting. Her accomplishments including being part of the Dean's List, Treasurer of MEXA, NASPA Undergraduate Fellows Program, and being part of the UNM Dream Team. She states, me gustaría darle las gracias primeramente a mis papás que me han apoyado siempre. Los quiero mucho, papás. Presenting her stole is Ana Trillo. Felicidades, Adriana.
Our next graduate is Jessica Mediola. Jessica will be receiving a Bachelor in Psychology. She states, I did it, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without the help and support of my loved ones. Thank you. Presenting Jessica Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Muchas felicidades.
Our next graduate is Arely Miramontes. Arely will be receiving a Bachelor in Scientific Computing and Computational Mathematics. She was part of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society and the Society of Women Engineers. She states, I would like to thank my mom, twin, family, and friends for all of their support. I couldn't have done it without them. Presenting Arely Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Yvette Miramontes. Yvette will be receiving a Bachelor in Psychology, Portuguese, and Anthropology. Yvette's accomplishments include AmeriCorps completion, graduate from the Mental Health Academy at UNM, and she states, I want to give a special thanks to my mom, boyfriend, family, and mentors for all their support. I would have not made it to this point without them. Presenting Yvette Stoll is Dr. Stephen Verney. Felicidades, Yvette.
Our next graduate is Edria Mitchum. Edria will be receiving a Bachelor in Criminology. Her accomplishments include being part of the UNM Student Cabinet for 2014-2015, Delta Alpha Pi Honor Society member 2015. She states, thank you, Mom, Dad, and Cece for your continued encouragement as I start grad school this summer. Presenting her stole is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate, Herminio Molinar Macias. Herminio will be receiving a Bachelor in Political Science and Spanish. Presenting Herminio Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Muchas felicidades, Herminio.
Our next graduate is Jose Mondragon Torres. Jose will be receiving a Master's in Language, Literacy, and Social Cultural Studies with an education thought. His accomplishments in being graduate mentor with El Centro La Raza and project assistant with Project for New Mexico Graduates of Color, and involved with MECHA. He states, Mami, Abuelita, lo logramos. Sí se puede. Presenting Jose Stoll is Dr. Ruth Trinidad Galvan. Felicidades, Jose.
Our next graduate is Deborah Montano. Deborah will be receiving a Bachelor in Education. She was involved in Sigma Alpha Omega, and she states, I would like to thank my family and friends for all their love and support. Presenting Deborah Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Solea Montaño. Solea will be receiving a Bachelor's in Nursing. Her accomplishments include being a member of Sigma Theta Tau International Honor Society of Nursing. She states, I would like to thank my family, friends, and especially my fiancé for their continuous support and encouragement. Presenting Solea Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Daniel Montoya. Daniel will be receiving a Bachelor in Liberal Arts. He would like to thank his wife and family for their unwavering support. Glory to God. Presenting Daniel Stoll is Dr. Patricia Covarrubias. Felicidades, Daniel.
Our next graduate is Lenaya Montoya. Lenaya will be receiving a Bachelor's in Psychology with a concentration in Basics in Addictions, Counseling, and Spanish. Her accomplishments include graduating magna cum laude, being part of UNM's Dean List for 4 semesters, consistent GPA of a 3.5 or higher, and was involved with NSCS. She states, a big thank you to my family for all their support. Rock on, I'm out. Presenting her stole is Victor Valdivia Ruiz. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Sergio Nájera. Sergio will be receiving a Master in Physical Education, Sports Administration. Sergio was involved in Omega Delta Phi. I would like to thank my family, he states, friends, mentors, and faculty who supported me throughout my entire master's process. Presenting Sergio Stoll is Judy Ortiz Aragon. Felicidades, Sergio.
Our next graduate is Samantha Navarro. Samantha will be receiving a Bachelor's in Nursing. Her accomplishments include being part of Sigma Theta Tau Nursing Honor Society. She states, I would like to thank my mom, sister, boyfriend, and friends for their support and encouragement. Presenting Samantha Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Samantha.
Our next graduate is Damian Nicochea. Damian will be receiving a Bachelor in Music. Presenting Damian Stoll is Jorge Garcia. Felicidades, Damian.
Our next graduate is Virginia Necochea. Virginia will be receiving a doctorate in language literacy and social cultural studies. She was involved with the Raza Graduate Student Association. Virginia states, I would like to thank her familia and community for their continuous support and love throughout these past years. Presenting Virginia Stoll is Jorge Garcia. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Natalie Nieto. Natalie will be receiving a Bachelor in Health, Medicine, and Human Values. Natalie's accomplishments include graduating cum laude, and she states, I would like to thank all of my friends and family for their continuous support to chase my dreams. Presenting Natalie Stoll is Karen McGilvray. Congratulations, felicidades, Natalie.
Our next graduate is Catalina Nunez. Catalina will be receiving a bachelor's in Chicano Studies, and Cultural Studies Criminology. Her accomplishments including graduating cum laude and being part of Alpha Kappa Delta. Presenting Catalina Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Catalina.
Our next graduate is Olivia Nunez. Olivia will be receiving a Bachelor in Integrative Studies. Amongst her accomplishments, she includes Ronald E. McNair Scholar, Biomedical Research Education Program Participant, Student Health and Counseling Leadership Committee, State of New Mexico Juvenile Justice Advisory Subcommittee, and being involved in the TRIO Program participant. Olivia states, muchas gracias a mi familia y a todos que me apoyaron en esta excursión, especialmente a mis padres, que sin su apoyo esto no sería posible. Presenting Olivia Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Elena Offield. Elena will be receiving a bachelor's in liberal arts. Her accomplishments include completing a degree while working full-time and being a single parent. And she was involved in MECHA, the UNM Dream Team, and Amnesty International. She states, I would like to thank my family and chosen family for supporting me. I'm thankful to those who were patient enough to let me find my own way. Presenting her stole is Levi Romero. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Vanessa Olivares. Vanessa will be receiving a Bachelor in Speaking and Hearing Sciences. Amongst her accomplishments is being a McNair Scholar, McNair Summer Research, and Florida International University third place poster presentation. She states, I would like to thank God, my mom, CEP, and the McNair staff for their support. I did it, Mami. Presenting Vanessa Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Vanessa.
Our next graduate is Divana Olivas. Divana will be receiving a bachelor's in Chicano Studies, and Spanish. Her accomplishments include graduating magna cum laude, being part of the McNair Scholar, Executive Director of Emerging Global Leaders, USU recipient, Student Fee Review Board member, and being involved with MECHA. She states, gracias a mi familia por todo el apoyo y amor, especialmente a mi angelito en el cielo, mi mamá. Presenting Divana Stoll is Dr. Irene Vasquez. Felicidades, Divana.
Our next graduate is Jessica Olivas. Jessica will be receiving a Bachelor in Criminology and Spanish. She states, gracias to all my loved ones for believing in me and for all of their support. Presenting Jessica Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Muchas felicidades, Jessica.
Our next graduate is Ana Karen Olivas Bustillos. Ana Karen will be receiving a Bachelor's in Political Science in Spanish. She states, quiero darle las gracias a mis padres por su gran apoyo y por enseñarme que el esfuerzo es el camino hacia el éxito. Presenting her stole is Dr. Ellen Grigsby. Felicidades.
Next, we have Laura Ordóñez. Laura will be receiving a Bachelor in Psychology with a minor in Spanish. Her accomplishments include 2012 recipient of Who's Who among students of American colleges and universities, 2013 and 2014 AmeriCorps Award recipient for 900 hours completed of community service. Laura was also involved in MEXA and states, les quiero pedir las gracias a mis padres, Gonzalo y Nori, y les mando un fuerte abrazo y beso a mis hijos Ariana y Alberto. Presenting Laura's stole is Katrina Sweetland. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Marisela Ordóñez. Marisela will be receiving a Bachelor of Arts. She states, I would like to thank my mom and dad for this accomplishment, my son Daniel and my brother Gilbert. I love you all and thank you, God. Presenting her stole is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Marisela.
Next, we have Jocelyn Ordóñez Suarez. Jocelyn will be receiving a Bachelor in Biochemistry. Her accomplishments include graduating summa cum laude. She states, I would like to thank my family and El Puente Fellowship staff for all their support. Presenting Jocelyn's stole is Eric Tomala. Felicidades, Jocelyn.
Our next graduate is Francisco Orozco. Francisco will be receiving a Bachelor in Liberal Arts and Integrative Studies and was involved with MECHA, the Men of Color Alliance, and Raza Graduate Student Association. Francisco.
Free Palestine!
Presenting his stole is Vernon Butler. Felicidades, Francisco.
Our next graduate is Arniel Ortega Fernandez. Arniel will be receiving a Bachelor in Human Resources. His accomplishments include President of UNM Society for Human Resource Management. Presenting Arniel's stole is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Next, we have Andrea Ortiz. Andrea will be receiving a Bachelor's in Nursing. She states, I would like to thank God, my husband, and family for all their support in accomplishing my dream of becoming a nurse. Presenting Andrea's stole is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Andrea.
Our next graduate is Claudia Pacheco. Claudia will be receiving a Bachelor in Bilingual Elementary Education. Claudia states, le quisiera dar las gracias a mis papás por el soporte que me han dado. Los quiero muchísimo. Presenting Claudia's stole is Elsa Lopez. Muchas felicidades.
Our next graduate is Victoria Patton. Victoria will be receiving a Bachelor in Health Education. She states, I would like to thank God for giving me strength, my family, Gaspar, and my friends for supporting me. Presenting Victoria's stole is Dr. Cristina Perry. Felicidades, Victoria.
Our next graduate is Fred Payne. Fred will be receiving a Bachelor in Emergency Medical Services. He would like to thank God, his beautiful wife, and his awesome kids and family. Presenting Fred Stoll is Lindsay Aches. Felicidades, Fred.
Our next graduate is Lily Perez. Lily will be receiving a bachelor in criminology with a double minor in Spanish and psychology. She states, I want to thank my family and friends for all their support these past few years as they have helped me achieve this major step in my life. Presenting her stole is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Lily.
Our next graduate is Cynthia Perez Chavez. Cynthia will be receiving a bachelor in psychology. Her accomplishments include NUFP member and involved in MEXA. She states, gracias a Dios, a mi esposo y a mi familia por su apoyo en estos años. Presenting Cynthia Stoll is Dr. Eliseo Cheo Torres. Felicidades, Cynthia.
Our next graduate is Gaitan Pierre Louis. Gaitan will be receiving a bachelor's in psychology. Her accomplishments include being president of the Caribbean Studies Association, secretary of Powerful Movement of Educated Sisters, secretary of Toastmasters International, and vice president of the Black Student Union, and was involved with the UNM Dream Team. She states, thank you to the members of the community abroad and here who supported me. It gave me the opportunity to grow. Presenting her stole is Jessie Marquez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Elisa Pintor. Elisa will be receiving a Master in Community Development. She was involved in Raza Graduate Student Association. She is being stoled by Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Elisa.
Our next graduate is Elsa Reyes. Elsa will be receiving a bachelor in Spanish with a minor in Family Studies. Her accomplishments include, quiero dar las gracias a mi familia por apoyarme durante este tiempo. Gracias por estar allí. Los amo. Presenting Elsa Stoll is María Stutzman y Márquez. Felicidades, Elsa.
Our next graduate is Madeline Reyes. Madeline will be receiving a Bachelor in Women's Studies and Africana Studies. She was involved in Men of Color Alliance. Presenting her stole is Rachel Levitt. Felicidades, Madeline.
Our next graduate is Mayra Reyes. Mayra will be receiving a bachelor's in Middle Eastern and Latin American Affairs. Her accomplishments include receiving a minor in Arabic. She states, gracias a mi familia por todo el apoyo que me dieron y a otras personas que me guiaron y ayudarme. Presenting her stole is Eric Tomala. Felicidades, Mayra.
Our next graduate is Rosa Reyes. Rosa will be receiving a Bachelor in Family Studies and Spanish and minors in Psychology and French. Her accomplishments include McNair Scholar, Gilman Scholar, Spanish Departmental Honors, and was involved in Ballet Folclórico Lobo. She states, thank you to my mom for all her sacrifices, and thank you to all the single mothers. You are true heroes. Presenting Rosa Stoll is Natalia Torres. Felicidades. 4 years. Presenting Yaralitza Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Muchas felicidades.
Our next graduate is Melissa Rivera. Melissa will be receiving a bachelor's in biology and chemistry and Spanish and Japanese. Melissa says, I am most grateful to my family for believing in me and putting up with the madness. Presenting Melissa Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Melissa.
Next, we have Jaime Rodriguez. Jaime will be receiving a Bachelor in Biology. Jaime's accomplishments include minor in music, member of Songwriting Club, Newman Center Music liturgist. Jaime states, I would not be here without God, my family, my friends, and my teachers. Thank you for everything. Presenting Jaime Stoll was Elsa Lopez.
Our next graduate is Jerry Rodriguez. Jerry will be receiving a Bachelor in Chemistry and was involved with prescripts. He states, I would like to thank my family for all their support. Presenting Jerry Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Jerry.
Our next graduate is Jesus Rodriguez. Jesus will be receiving a Bachelor in General Business and Spanish. His accomplishments include President of Omega Delta Phi, UNM Alumni Association Citizenship Award 2015, Student Affairs Student Employee of the Year 2014, NASPA Undergraduate Rising Star Award 2013. Jesús says, gracias a mis amigos y principalmente a mi familia por todo el amor y los recursos que me han dado. Presenting Jesus Stoll is Andrew Gonzalez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Marisol Rodriguez. Marisol will be receiving a Bachelor in Psychology. Presenting Marisol Stoll is Dr. Bruce Smith. Felicidades, Marisol.
Our next graduate is Trinidad Rodriguez. Trinidad will be receiving a Bachelor in Psychology and Chicana and Chicano Studies. Trinidad's accomplishments include Ronald E. McNair Scholar, El Puente Fellow, Fall 2014, Treasurer of MEXA. Trinidad was involved in MECHA and MEXA. She states, I came to New Mexico with nothing and now I'm leaving behind a whole amazing family. En memoria a mi mamá Piedad, esto es para ti. Presenting Trinidad Stoll is Jorge Garcia. Felicidades, Trinidad.
Our next graduate is Henry Rodriguez. Henry will be receiving a Bachelor in Sociology with a minor in Psychology and Military Science. His accomplishments include graduating summa cum laude and commissioning as an Army officer after graduating UNM. And he was involved with New Student Orientation. Henry says, I'd like to thank my family and friends. You all rock. Presenting Henry Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Henry.
Next, we have Destiny Rojo. Destiny will be receiving a Bachelor in Latin American Studies and Spanish. Her accomplishments include Vice President LULAC 2010-11, Vice President CAFE 2013 and 14, Peer Campus Minister Aquinas Newman Center, and involved in LULAC. She would like to thank her family and friends for always loving her and supporting her. Presenting Destiny Stoll was Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Carolyn Romero. Carolyn will be receiving a Bachelor's in Criminology. She was a member of the National Sociological Honor Society and Alpha Kappa Delta. She states, I would like to thank my parents for all their love and support throughout my college career. Presenting Carolyn Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Carolyn.
Our next graduate is James Romero. James will be receiving a Bachelor in University Studies. Presenting James Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, James.
Our next graduate is Marcos Romero. Marcos will be receiving a Bachelor in Marketing Management and Human Resources Management. He was a resident advisor with Residence Life and Student Housing and American Campus Communities, ASU&M Lobo Spirit Assistant Director, ASU&M Southwest Film Center Marketing Director, ASU&M's Emerging Global Leaders and Advanced Global Leaders, volunteer for ASU&M Community Experience, and a volunteer for ASU&M Student Special Events, and MC for Red Rally, and was involved with the HSF Scholarship Chapter here at UNM. He states, "I'd like to thank my mentors, friends, and family for providing me one of the best college experiences I could ever ask for." Presenting Marcos Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Marcos.
Our next graduate is Olivia Romo. Olivia will be receiving a Bachelor in Professional Writing and Chicano Studies, concentration in Cultural Studies. Her accomplishments include being nominated as a Remarkable Woman of Taos for the community-wide celebration honoring outstanding Taoseñas. She was also involved in Chicano Studies student organization. She states, "I am thankful for the endless support and guidance from La Virgen de Guadalupe, my family, the CCS faculty, my partner Antonio Gomez, and the Albuquerque community." Presenting Olivia Stoll is Antoinette Rael. Felicidades, Olivia.
Our next graduate is Juanita Saiz. Juanita will be receiving a Bachelor's in Spanish and Sociology. Her accomplishments including part of the Dean's List and was involved with Camperinos UNM Camp. She states, "I would like to thank my family who always believed in me and pushed me to do my best." Presenting Juanita Stoll is Ivan Olay. Felicidades, Juanita.
Our next graduate is Yadira Salazar Sanchez. Yadira will be receiving a Bachelor in Biology, Spanish, and Chemistry. Her accomplishments include graduating with Spanish Departmental Honors, summa cum laude, and also being involved in the Alpha Epsilon Delta. She states, "Mami, lo logramos. I honestly could have not gotten this far without the love and support from both of my parents and my fiance." Presenting Yadira Stoll is Dr. Veronica Plaza. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Sophie Salcedo. Sophie will be receiving a Bachelor's in Political Science. Her accomplishments include graduating summa cum laude, being UNM Homecoming Queen, and receiving the Clove Outstanding Senior Award. Presenting Sophie Stoll is Debbie Morris. Felicidades, Sophie.
Our next graduate is Adriana Sanchez. Adriana will be receiving a Master in Community Health. Adriana's accomplishments include founding and developing the first Latino alumni chapter at UNM. She states, "It's an accomplishment to graduate on your own, but graduating with your husband is pure success. Love you, Eric." Presenting Adriana Stoll is Dr. Christina Perry. Felicidades, Adriana.
Our next graduate is Marlene Sanchez. Marlene will be receiving a Master's in Educational Leadership. She was involved with Kappa Delta Chi. She states, "Thank you to those who supported me throughout this journey, especially my family, Dr. Flores, Dr. Chavez, and my sorority sisters." Presenting her stole is Dr. Viola Flores. Felicidades, Marlene.
Our next graduate is Teresa Sanchez Root. Teresa will be receiving a Master in Accounting and Information Assurance. Her accomplishments include being Treasurer, ACFE, Secretary, ACFE. Teresa states, "Proud to be a New Mexico First Family descendant. Thanks to my family for all the love and support." Presenting Teresa Stoll is Dr. Eliseo Cheo Torres. Felicidades.
Next, we have Kristen Sandoval. Kristen will be receiving a Bachelor's in Speech and Hearing Sciences. Presenting her stole is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Kristen.
Our next graduate is Cameron Sapien. Cameron will be receiving a Bachelor in Strategic Urban Planning. Cameron was involved in the Men of Color Alliance. He states, I have been blessed to enjoy this accomplishment and hope that my family will share my future successes. Presenting Cameron Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Muchas felicidades.
Next, we have Jade Sierra. Jade will be receiving a bachelor's in political science and Spanish. Her accomplishments include being president of the Gamma Beta chapter of Kappa Kappa Gamma. Jade states, I would like to thank my parents for all the support they have given me. Without them, I would not be the person I am today. Presenting Jade Stoll is John Gayer. Felicidades, Jade.
Next, we have Brianna Silva. Brianna will be receiving a Bachelor in Family Studies and Psychology. Brianna was involved in Kappa Delta Chi. She wants to thank her dad for always believing in me, being proud of me, and for your unconditional love and support. Presenting Brianna's stole is Bianca Rey Ramirez. Felicidades, Bianca.
Next, we have Fernando Solano. Fernando will be receiving a bachelor's in political science and Spanish. His accomplishments include being the refounding father of Phi Delta Theta and CHCI alumni. He states, I am the first person in my family to graduate from college. Presenting his stole is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Fernando.
Our next graduate is Jesus Solis. Jesus will be receiving a Bachelor in General Studies. Jesus will be stoled by Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Jesus.
Our next graduate is Carla Solis. Carla will be receiving a Bachelor's in International Studies and Spanish. She states, I would like to thank my parents for supporting me my entire academic career. I love you. Presenting Carla Stoll is Deborah Kozerski. Felicidades, Carla.
Our next graduate is Alan Stone. Alan will be receiving a Bachelor in Art Studio. His accomplishments include President of Gamma Zeta Gamma Chapter of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity, Student Affairs Initiative President, UNM Trailblazer. He was also involved in the Men of Color Alliance. He states, I would like to thank all my mentors for being there each step of the way, and most of all, I would like to thank my fiance. President Alan Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Next, we have Eunice Tagle Olivares. Eunice will be receiving a Bachelor's in Secondary Education, Bilingual Studies. She was involved with MECHA, MEXA, and the UNM Dream Team. She states, quiero agradecer a mi madre y a todas las mujeres que han compartido su fuerza y su sabiduría conmigo. Presenting Eunice's stole is Christopher Ramirez. Felicidades, Eunice.
Our next graduate is Marissa Tapia. Marissa will be receiving a Bachelor in Psychology. Amongst her accomplishments, she includes graduating cum laude, Psi Chi Psychology Honor Society member, and senior volunteer at Agora Crisis Center. Marissa states, all thanks to my amazingly supportive parents, family, and my Heavenly Father for this day. Presenting Marissa's stole was Dr. Bruce Smith. Felicidades, Marissa.
Next, we have William Thumbs. William will be receiving a Master in Brazilian Literature and Cultural Studies. He was involved as a co-chair of the Brazil Club. He states, I would like to dedicate this moment to all my family in Brazil, Professor Milere, Cardenas, Juliana, and Benjamin. Presenting his stole is Dr. Margot Milere. Felicidades, William.
Our next graduate is Ana Trillo. Ana will be receiving a Master in Organizational Behavior, HR. Ana states, thank you to everyone who has mentored and supported me through my academic career. Gracias a todos que me han apoyado en este logro. Presenting Ana's stole is Corrine Gonzalez. Felicidades, Ana.
Next, we have Carmelita Trujillo. Carmelita will be receiving a bachelor's in psychology and Spanish. Her accomplishments include being a member of the National Society of Collegiate Scholars. Carmelita states, I would like to thank my family, friends, and loved ones for supporting and encouraging me throughout the years. Presenting Carmelita Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Carmelita.
Our next graduate is Berta Valdez. Berta will be receiving a Bachelor in Psychology, Independent Study, and Communication Intercultural. Her accomplishments include being a McNair and ROP Scholar, promotora for Enlace Comunitario, and board member, Service Learning Projects, Roadrunner Food Bank, Leukemia, Lymphoma. Berta states, thank you, El Centro de la Raza, for recognizing my accomplishments. A special thanks to McNair, ROP Ricardo, and staff. Presenting Berta's stole is Shanoa Ba Stillwell Jensen. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is John Valdez. John will be receiving a Bachelor in Biochemistry. His accomplishments include graduating summa cum laude, Presidential Scholar, Honors College Distinction, Dean's List, and Who's Who among students. He states, I would like to thank all my friends and family for their love of support. Presenting John Stoll is Dr. Joel Alcock. Felicidades, John.
Next, we have Luis Valdez. Luis will be receiving a Bachelor in Psychology and Sociology. Luis's accomplishments include Brother of Omega Delta Phi, Magna Cum Laude, The Face of Residence Life. He states, there has never been a time I have accomplished something without my family in mind. Presenting Luis's stole is Janea Dixon. Felicidades, Luis.
Our next graduate is Ashley Valencia. Ashley will be receiving a Bachelor's in Nursing. Her accomplishments include being a member of Chi Omega sorority and a member of Student Nurses Association. Ashley states, I would like to thank my family and friends for all their support throughout my years at UNM. Presenting Ashley Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Ashley.
Our next graduate is Luis Valenzuela. Luis will be receiving a Bachelor in Computer Engineering. Presenting Luis Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Tyler Welby. Tyler will be receiving a Bachelor in Psychology. Presenting her stole is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Tyler.
Our next graduate is Carmen Gloria Wichels. Carmen Gloria will be receiving a Bachelor in Spanish with a minor in Sociology. She states, I would like to thank my professors, my familia, and my friends for all their support during my journey. Presenting Carmen Gloria Stoll is Dr. Elba Saavedra. Felicidades.
Our next graduate is Karina Subiate. Karina will be receiving a bachelor's in business administration and was involved with Alpha. Karina says, I would like to thank my family, especially my parents, sisters, and brother for all their support and encouragement. Presenting Karina Stoll is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades, Karina.
Our next graduate is Raul Heiswall. Raul will be receiving a Master's of Electrical Engineering. He states, I would like to thank my family, friends, and professors for all their support and the belief they had in me. Presenting his stole is Elsa Lopez. Felicidades.
And our final graduate is Stephen Russell. Stephen will be receiving a bachelor's in psychology. His accomplishments include prayer coordinator for InterVarsity Christian Fellowship. He was involved in La Fe, Men of Color Alliance, UNM Voices of Inspiration, InterVarsity Christian Fellowship. He states, thank you, God, for letting me go to school here at UNM and see the man you have made me. Presenting Stephen Stoll is Steve Alley. And let's give a big round of applause for our Raza graduates of 2015.
Para concluir esta celebración, los invitamos a todos a la recepción a disfrutar algunos aperitivos y a regresar para disfrutar la presentación de flamenco del grupo Tierra Adentro. Les agradecemos inmensamente por venir y compartir este momento tan especial con nosotros. Nos gustaría felicitar y desearles a todos los graduados del 2015 lo mejor en su futuro.
Okay. To conclude our celebration, we invite everyone to the foyer where we will have some refreshments, and there will also be a flamenco presentation by Tierra Adentro. We would like to extend our most sincere congratulations and wish all the 2015 graduates your best in your future plans. Thank you.
It feels like we need a final note, right? So all of you at this point should take your tassels from your right, move them to your left. Felicidades!